Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile, Kalandra League 3.19. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you guys a new build I made. Mahuxotl, Machination, Baron Strength, stacking 1000 Strength with the Doryani's full lightning conversion. Absolutely disgusting build. Like, look at this ring. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, so I figured it'd be fun to start with this. So this is a new build. We're a zombie strength stacking Mahuxotl. I'll explain the whole build, but first I wanted to start it off, like I say, with this. So this is a T16 blight map. Corrupted it, put triple crimson. This is 8 mods. It's disgusting, poison. We're not CI, so it's gonna be fun to show the build. And I really just want to get it into a blight and show it off and see. It's mostly successful in blight except for one thing I'll mention. There's so many things going on here. I'll tell you guys all the strengths, all the weaknesses, all the things we found. Yeah, so just 2 towers. And now let's begin the build discussion. So obviously we're different Spectres, we're a different build, we're lightning, and okay, let's just start with the shield. So this shield came back to the game. It was released in Ultimatum. It drops off the boss, Trial Master. I never got to use this shield in that league. It was so rare, and I played SSF Hardcore, and then I died, and so it came back, they brought it back, and it was basically the idea of combining all of the Val secrets into one. So it's 6 keystones, and it actually adds a new keystone that didn't exist, Everlasting Sacrifice. So I'll explain each one just very quickly. So Divine Flesh is Zabakwa, the Timeless Jewel. You have Eternal Youth that's on the tree. You have the Immortal Ambition from Timeless Jewel. Val Pact on the tree. Corrupted Soul through a Timeless Jewel. And then Everlasting Sacrifice. So you couldn't get Divine Flesh and Immortal Ambition together. Immortal Ambition is basically Overleech. Divine Flesh is getting half of your LE converted to Chaos. And we're able to use another Timeless Jewel, Rakiata, that gets us Tempered by War, which converts half of the cold and lightning to fire. So we don't take any cold or lightning in this build, and we're able to go ignore the cold res, ignore the lightning res, which in this case then we can actually take advantage of this. But basically, you can actually combine Divine Flesh with Tempered by War, which you couldn't do without the shield, and then that means you're fully converting those 2 elements, and you save the extra flask with your mage blood, and then you have to worry about chaos damage, fizz damage, and fire damage only. And it's not from hits, it's damage taken, and damage taken. So it's real conversion of dots and everything. Okay, so then I tried the shield with strength stacking, and you may say, why strength stacking? Why did you have to go the Baron? Why zombies? On here we also have, there's so many mods. In Val Pact, total recovery from Life Leech is doubled, maximum total life recovery per second from the Life Leech is doubled, but life regen has no effect. So we couldn't go any life regen. No Stone Golem, no thing like no regen on the tree, nothing. No vitality. Val Pact, Leech. Oh, how do you leech as a minion? The only minion leech build in the game is the Baron. Zombies leeching for you. So we had to get 1000 strength with a Mahuxotl, not going CI, so we had to stack up Chaos Res because we needed the Chaos Res. We needed an extra 5% for the Divine Flesh because the Divine Flesh gives 5 max Chaos. And you need another 5% for the Everlasting Sacrifice when you camp your shield, and the shield deletes all of it and gives you 5 max all elemental 5 max res. Everlasting Sacrifice. This build's insane. And then technically, you didn't have to go Leech, and I point out that it has Eternal Youth, which makes Energy Shield Recharge apply to life, but I don't like just a recharge build, because if you constantly get hit, or take dots, degen, then you don't recharge, and especially you can't use Wicked Ward with life, so yeah. Basically, we fully convert the thing, and then I tried it, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, but I don't have damage. So then I was like, well, I guess I want to abuse Doryani, going the negative lightning res, 137, and making the enemy that's nearby have the same lightning res as me. So we were actually able to take advantage of the lake mechanic and make these cool rings and stuff. So I have the minus 138 lightning and the minus 115 lightning, and I was gonna make another amulet. I spent already like 400 divines. I don't have a successful one. I actually want to show you, but my blight's basically completed. I have to explain something about the blight too in a second, which is gonna go on with this Doryani's prototype. But I'll show you one of the ammies that I had. That was almost it. So, +2, imagine if the strength was positive. It's the only one that messed up. 187 life, the minus 115 lightning. I found out that the endurance charges is actually bad because it adds back 8 lightning res, but whatever. And then reducing the maximum ES makes it faster to hit the maximum to delete it, because all damage bypasses the energy shield anyway, so it doesn't matter. Your energy shield is useless. And you actually just want it as small as possible so you could fill it fast, so that you can get the 5 max all res from the Everlasting Sacrifice. Very cool build. But yeah, this would have been positive strength, and then I don't need the endurance charges after all. And then I can show you a POB with that after. But that's what I was trying to do. I like this Ammy for the strength. It was a lot of strength. That one's slightly more if you get the positive. And it was also for the int, so I could actually use bronze jewels. And like the mana's not bad from that. And then I also realized that you could path through here and then take Eldritch Battery. Since the mana doesn't, the ES doesn't protect you anyways. All damage bypasses energy shield, it doesn't matter, yeah. So then, one thing though I'll mention is in Blight, you may have noticed my minions weren't like going all crazy. They're not really off-screening. I'm actually not using an aggressive wand. My minions are not aggressive. The only aggressive minion is the Spectre through Feeding Frenzy. And I'm actually using 2 Primal Rhex Matriarchs, an Arena Master, and a Wild Bristle Matron. The reason for that is the Arena Master for the deeps and the move speed, and I like the slow from the Wild Bristle Matron, and I like the Primal Rhex Matriarch Screech. But yeah, now I'll talk about why we couldn't go aggressive. I tried the aggressive wand, and it basically, we tested Doryani's prototype. It has a range of 80, and the range of the minions without aggressive is like 80. So it actually works pretty well. And then if you run aggressive, it makes them go farther. And when they're attacking monsters outside the range of Doryani's, they basically do no damage. And instead of only attacking the things inside the Doryani range, they're attacking the ones outside. They're like getting distracted and wasting their time and not doing anything. And so you can see here at the end of the Blight is also a problem when there's less monsters and you're not getting the leech because it's only nearby and the zombies aren't running to the thing. But really, we could just move now. It's already done. So that's something I figured out. Once it starts to feel bad, it doesn't matter. It's already over. But technically, the fact that your zombies have to leech and then they're not aggressive, and then when there's less stuff to attack, yeah, there's one thing I found specifically in Blight. I'll loot with you guys. There's a mod, Arch Nemesis mod, which is entangler, and when the entangler hits you, it puts thorned vines on you, which does chaos damage over time. So when you leave the thorned vines and you're AFK, then you die automatically. So you would need regeneration because you lose your leech. That's really annoying. So yeah, I pretty much didn't actually want. I didn't want to run Doryani because of the short range, but it did amplify the damage drastically when they're in range and you have the negative lightning res. And I pointed out we could get to like negative 195 lightning with that amulet change if I kept trying to get a 4 positive 2 negative and wasted all my drinks some more. It would add some more damage. But then, yeah, we couldn't even use aggressive. We have to do normal, so then I can get off screen because our range is only 80, which is still pretty good, but yeah. And then we actually have to go a triad and full convert lightning to make the Doryani work, and this got us an extra +2 on here. And my Baron in this case was a +2 minion gems. and I corrupted for, I enchanted for zombie attack speed. This wasn't the best enchant. I wanted like a reservation, but this is the one I actually found when I ran lab, and then I dreaded running lab with this build because it has no regeneration. I thought, wow, the when you don't have leech, you have no recovery, and that's gonna feel terrible in lab. Yeah, the leech only lasts for like 5 seconds, so. Yeah, and then that's if I got a big enough bar of leech. If I take too much damage and I burn all my leech too quickly, then it doesn't even last the full 5 seconds either. So it'd be like almost like I need a bigger duration of it, and the buffer, how much can be stored in the maximum and how much gets stored per hit, and because of like how much damage I do. I also realized that in Uber bosses, my leech is a third. Because of the less damage I do, less leech. Really impactful. You don't get less regen. Pretty crazy. Let's continue the video. So this is actually something I want to show. So now this is where we get into the second part of the video, where I'll talk about benefits and then some of the main weaknesses, and then we'll get into actually showing like proof of concept. Okay, so the biggest strengths I've found of this build, the strongest benefits, is for sure the fact that I look at this mod, players cannot regen life. And I already can't regen life. The build doesn't do that, so this is irrelevant. And then the second thing is when you Eldritch Battery the energy shield was useless, but now it can actually be used as mana, so we're completely immune to this mod. That's pretty cool. And then there was also Reflect, because of being Ellie, we use Ellie damage with attacks, and then this is elemental damage from supported skills cannot be reflected. So that's cool. So you're automatically reflect immune to, and you can do Fizz because you don't have to worry about the Fizz immune. Fizz reflect because you don't only do Ellie. Alright, so yeah, cannot regen maps, reflect, and then whenever you would stack up resistances on the monsters through their arch nemesis mods, their mods, the normal mods, there's also map mods, LE res, endurance charges, all these sources of extra LE res, right? And then it doesn't do anything when you're in range of Doryani. They just have negative 137 like me. So that's really cool. Now, overall, I'd say this build didn't perform to my expectations, like I've pointed out. The entangler really destroys this build for the AFK Blight, because if you get entangled, you get thorned vines, and then if you don't leech, you don't have recovery, and you just start dying, and you can't go CI, so there's no answer to thorned vines. The other thing is, I made it to wave 23 Simulacrum. I find that without spell suppression, and this form of recovery of like only through leech, it really sucks, and it was pretty hard to survive in there. And my clear was worse because I don't have the ashes with the explode AG, and the damage was a lot worse. We were already having damage issues even with the Doryanis. Wave 23 Sim, and then I struggled in every single Uber boss as well. The main thing was, with this build, I mentioned that we have no recovery except for recharge and leech. So in some of the Uber bosses, I'll give you the prime examples. We have Eater of Worlds. Actually, before I get into the main struggles, I'm going to mention how I got 1,000 strength and stuff. Let's do that. So we use a combination of this huge increased attributes, the increased strength boot. I have an alternative with a hunter boot I show in the alternative POB with the crazier gear. I'll show the other amulet too. I'll have 2 POBs, my actual POB that I played, and then the one that I would have made if I kept going, but I don't want to. Because of these issues. Okay, so then strength, and I got 132 here, 166 here, and I went 1 efficient training here, and I took these points in the pathing, and then we actually have an increased strength on my timeless jewel through the lethal pride for the tempered by war. This was pretty lucky. It was just like that. I bought it like that, and I did an Emperor's Mastery. This is really good. and you only get it at the end of the lab, I believe. It used to be a race reward, but now it's really expensive, and you could probably try to make something else work in my current spot of the build, where I have extra int, strength, and dex, so you could take that out. But yeah, it's really cool. And then Quickening Covenant for the spell suppression, Son of Void, we got Reservation on an Anima Stone, could do Son of Void and try to be Stun Immune, but I was AFKing Blood anyways. And then we have a Son of Void Brawn, so I had 1 Brawn left in the build. I had at one point was using 3 of them. Fortress Covenant, and the 2 Forbidden Jewels for an extra Golem, and a Watcher's Eye for Burning Ground. I get to use Soul of Shikari for the reduced chaos damage taken. It's really cool. And we could less the poison since we're not CI. And you can see we're actually surviving. And I only died to the entangler. Oh, and something else that's really cool is in this build, because we're only fire, chaos, and fizz, no cold and lightning. Arctic armor sounds really good because it's less fizz, less fire, and then there's only chaos. So that's really insane. I wish Amethyst Flask had less chaos damage taken, but it's really funny that just the granite is like 50% more armor, from 34 to 51 is 17. It's insane. I was able to not run Dread Banner, I don't run Pride, we instead get Purity of Fire. We're able to Purity of Fire this build and take us to 84 Ellie Res, where you would have to normally run Melding, and this build is so cool, but also so messed up at the same time. It's actually insane. Like, yeah, so you could actually Purity of Fire, raising the max fire, and then we didn't run, Pride or any of the Fizz stuff, and we didn't have to run Maim, and yeah. Then we were actually able to run a cast damage taking Molten Shell, so this thing gets like 10,000 shield off of this armor. Pretty good. And I did my Feeding Frenzy on my Spectre for the extra buff. This gives more damage and attack and cast speed and move speed. Divergent minion speed for the cooldown recovery rate of the minions, so these Spectres have less cooldown, so they can use their spells more often. And then, yeah, we have the extra armor from Determination, Defiance Banner, the Armor Flask. It's really good. And I still kept Precision with Generosity Divergent for the AoE for the big Precision, because that's my accuracy. But technically we don't even have aggressive minions, so I guess maybe I don't even need the extra AoE of it, since they're only reaching 80 range anyways. And I could gain back a socket and some mana reservation. But really cool build overall, that it was able to do at least Blight, and I'm sure, so it could do more, but only through just pure damage, and it's the issues it has of where it doesn't leech and has no recovery is always going to be a thing, and it doesn't matter how much you invest in this. Those problems exist, and it really sucks, because like for example, I had my Uber fight, some of the Uber fights, there was so much degen just because of how long I took, and then when the bosses are immune and you can't leech, so you can't recover, so you can't do the boss and you just die, waste a portal. It's insane. Well, let's get the loot together. So many things going on in this build though, it's actually insane. That's why it was so exciting to get into, but then at the same time I was like, oh, but these issues I have, there's no solution. I want to show you guys the specific bosses and what happens in them as well. This build deserves a full showcase of everything that happened. It was really interesting too, people enjoyed it. Let's get the loot. We'll grab it after. Plan to go through everything after as well. More detail. Specifics if you're interested. But like, can you imagine you phase Uber Elder and Shaper and then you just can't hurt them, so you can't leech, and then Cyrus and the Uber Eater, Uber Exarch, they all were doing it. It's insane. Some other small stuff I think about when I want to discuss the build is, originally I did it as just a pure zombie build, and then I walk up into a double corrupt temple, and I'm in the middle there, and you know how you're like on the platform and there's the wall, and I'm just getting shot from over the ledge, and my zombies won't go around and they won't jump. So I'm just dead, and it's like, okay, carry on golems just to have that extra leap slam, just to have that extra mobility, have that extra clear, clean up the mess, really helps a lot, made the build feel playable. Just pure zombies is holy shit. And then yeah, adding the carry-on was extra damage too, and doing the Forbidden Jewels was really good, and then the extra golem buff effect, and it keeps them at full life for the renewals, and overall was really impactful. You actually have sometimes where you have your zombie going up to leech for you, and then the kill gets sniped by the carry-on golem, and you're like, well, that's awkward, and it'd be kind of cool if it was, I don't know, BOP though, right? This build leaves a lot to be desired, basically through the biggest weaknesses, where you just fall dead flat because you have no recovery, and there's nothing to hit, nothing to leech, nothing to actually survive. And then sometimes even when you're actually doing the stuff, it's not even good enough, because it took Eternal Youth and it made the leech half as good as what it was supposed to be. You see that it has 50% less maximum total life recovery per second from leech. From my testing, total recovery didn't feel great. It just makes you waste your max buffer faster, but like when you have the bigger max, it's the buffer. So this 20% increased maximum total life recovery per second, 30%, 30%. So this being 50... Yeah, that's half of it. If that wasn't there, that would be twice as good. That is really impactful, because that's how fast you life. Yeah. Anyways, overall though, the fact that it's able to do stuff and it seems to be scalable through Doryani to actually do deeps is really cool. I did the +3 Doryani, which +1 and works with the Empower 5, so it gets the Empower 6. I'm just going to go through each thing. Level 10 Molten Show with a level 1 custom damage taken. You could do alt quals and have the extra quality. To have extra duration, I didn't do it. It wasn't really the duration that was getting me. This saved me. This is all I needed. It was mostly... This was for Crystal Skin, the Molten... the Magma Barriers, and the Toxics. They would come in bursts. The main reason that I was needing this more than before is because we're running no aggression, so the minions are short range, and then we're Doryani short range, and the minions get closer. And the way Magma Barrier works is, I think when it's within radius of 70 or 80, one of the two, it then actually causes the volatiles. If you're too far away, it doesn't do it. So I had to tank more. And Defiance Banner, and then yeah, Flame Dash. This was my 3-link for the Spectre. Its minion speed's actually like double good, because the minion move speed on Spectres actually is extra fast, because they have more move speed, which is really cool. And then yeah, my 4-link Haste, Determination, Purity of Fire, Enlighten. I actually did a +1 boot. I don't know if I showed this, where you put in Awaken Enlighten. Now it's a 6. That's really cool. It's 80% constant reservation multiplier. And then, yeah, Arctic Armor. You could also do Tempest Shield in this build, so that you'd be shock immune, save a flask mod. You'd gain the spell block. We could have also invested in the nodes of spell block, since we have the tree, so 16% here, another 8%, some extra here. But the main, like 38 total or something. But the main thing is, we're not an Aegis, we're a Mahuxotl, and so degens would really suck. Dots would really suck. we're already so tight as it is. We couldn't fit spell suppression on top of it. Imagine getting the chaos, the spell suppression, the strength. It's yeah, and then you can't leech. I mean, you can't regen. What a funny build though. I hope you guys enjoy these Uber bosses. I'll let you guys enjoy that now. I wanted to go over some of the swaps too. So I had could switch the move speed on this flask for evasion. Then I could run Grace instead of Haste. And then we had 20,000 evasion with just that swap. That was with the Defiance banner extra. Could run phase run, but for the bosses I didn't want to phase run because it makes the bosses target my minions more, which is super bad for their survivability, especially at X-Sarge. And then I had a cluster that I could run for Born of Chaos to get 3 max chaos. I tried it, didn't really like it, stopped running it. Could run Desecrate to put corpses down to get the 10% more on bosses for Plaguebringer. Pretty important. Stopped running Offering because we don't have the trigger wand, and I could get it, then I have to, yeah, it just wasn't really great. But yeah, I switched this, and then enjoy the Uber bosses.
Not a battle you can win.
I can't lose. Quite the contrary. I'm tanking it. We can't tank it. That was with Molten Shell. There's the wrong curse, obviously. This is minus 132, but like at least the endurance charges don't matter. It's just the reduced crit and the boss life. Oh, I can't leave. Wait, this is so dog shit. Wait, this is unbeatable. How the hell? I have no recovery. Let's tank some. I can't even brittle. I have an Alberons. This is just depressing. So I literally can't get touched by that because I have no leech. Oh, I have life recharge, but I can't recharge while I'm being hit. Well, you know, sometimes it just is what it is, you know? You know, it's just, maybe it is what it is. I can't, you know? Maybe you just gotta fail sometimes. Why am I even moving? Ah! Okay, okay. They touched me. Oh god.
My champion, energize the spheres.
Hmm. Instantly reminded why. I'm dead. I'm dead. I don't need to do the other ones. We already know. Let's go so fast. Ignite.
Baldo had some ingenious designs hidden in his memory.
I can't even brittle them. What the fuck? What the fuck?
When I'm ready, I'm not before.
Yeah. Now this is what I'm talking about. They have a lot of life, but oh yeah, that's supposed to. Okay, here we go. It at least works. Exactly, it does indeed at least work. This degen shit is really tilting me. The degens! The fight's taking so long. There's so many. Please, please clear them. Thank you. I started with a goat. Dude, it's almost like the Doryani isn't working on the boss.
I need more mana. I like the desert.
This one is my own thing. The light of salvation.
Why is there degen again? Oh god. This is pretty toxic. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. I'm already mortified. We haven't even began. I'm griefing him. So easy, dude. Oh god, I can't leech. I can't leech! That was horrific. I have to keep the leech up. I'm cracked! Ah! Ah!
When I'm ready, I'm
What? I'm cracked! I'm doing it! I'm an Uber Elder main! Fuck all the other ones! They're broken! They're unbalanced, untested! This is a real fight! Ah! Ah! The beam! Ah, I tanked the slam, easy! I'm just making sure I keep leeching. When I have to stand in the circle, that's the worst part. By far. Because then the degen circles and I don't have leech. So it's actually, I've been saying it the whole time, it's the leech duration, the source of leech, the max leech. I could at least affect the max leech, but I can't affect my leech duration. 5 seconds. It is pretty good. But then, yeah, clearly it's also my total leech, and then how much leech I'm getting per hit. Because it's, yeah. Predator. Well, I could just run my aggressive wand, I just didn't run it. I think it'd help, yeah. I can't leech. And then there's just degen everywhere. In the purple ball phase, there's nothing to leech off of when the Elder's immune. It's completely broken. That part's broken. Like, there's no interaction. I guess I should have just waited immune there after I already died once, but I thought it was over. Okay, we have him. We have a leech. There we go.
I need more mana.
How'd I tank like 40 balls and not die? Fucking beam, dude. I don't think I was supposed to dash there. The beam. So we have to kill the other guy. Where is he? This is pretty brutal now. Another one. There's a lot of circles of degen now. It got a lot worse. You know, it was doable. Well, we did our best. I can win, I can win. I tanked it.
When I'm ready and not before.
Where's the elder, dude? Why won't he come down here? Oh, there he is. Awesome. More degen, yeah. Perfect. And purple ball phase. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you know, it was pretty fun, dude. A real challenge. Oh my. Dude, where's my damage? I love Cyrus though. You guys don't even know. Maybe I won't like it as a leech build, but like I actually like Cyrus, so. Ow. So I can tank. I can't tank that. Maybe if I molten shelled it. My minion whole thing is a whole nother. That's my problem. Wait, he just sent it at the same spot. Wait, were my minions blocking? That time I could see. This storm was gone. And I appreciate it. ES recharge though. This was the way I was saying to do this shield with the Doryanis if I was going to do it. And then just not have leech. And it works. Like, the storms move there. I was chilling. That looks okay. See how I couldn't see because there was a storm in the way? Isn't that really bugged? And I was trying to... I forgot a storm was coming back. Dude, this is doable. When I get into spiral. I think we're good. Good luck to me. Just burst him, right? What happened?
Feel the thrill of the void.
When I'm ready and not before.
Shit.
Beyond, there is only horror.
So he's broken or something, right?
Feel the thrill of the void.
Not over. 0. Yeah. Yeah, it was only the ultimatum league.
Ends here,
Exactly.
We will win this together.
Annihilation. The fires of 1,000 suns.
I shall extinguish them all.
You do not have the strength, hatchling.
That may be, but I am not alone.
Yeah, he actually stays alive so I can leech.
When I'm ready and not before.
See, that's insane. That's awesome.
Annihilation.
Oh, I'm dead.
Is that all you have, hatchling?
It starts as fizz, so the double fizz is super fucked. This is giga fucked. The only reason I lived the other one was molten shell.
Incineration. Annihilation.
You don't want phase running here. Just makes him kill your shit. He already kills my shit. He killed my Spectres, yeah, so it's probably the Baronite Cleric and the other one. I have to see who he killed. Good chat. Yeah, actually.
The fires of 1,000 suns.
I shall extinguish them all.
Is that all you have?
That's tough.
Annihilation. Disintegration. Cleansing.
Get slammed on, bro.
Incineration.
Oh shit.
The fires of 1,000 suns.
I shall extinguish them all.
When I'm ready and not before.
Is that all you have? Annihilation.
The fucking... Okay. I even have...
Incineration.
No! Did I tank it?
Disintegration.
I tanked it!
Cleansing.
Wait, what?
Annihilation. Is that all you have, hatch?
I tanked it. I tanked it. Dude, there's just degen everywhere. It's tripping me out. You play under these conditions. There's just a fucking square everywhere. There's nowhere to stand. And I have to stand next to this stupid boss with the double minions because I need to leech. I can't just stand where I want to. I have to stand. It's so stupid. I fucking hate this. And it's Z DPS, yeah.
I need more mana.
Incineration. Annihilation. The flame shall be studied.
My AG's half HP. Yeah, it's for the better. That
Behold my collection.
I will have what I want. Death will not be an escape.
first phase completed. It's nice. I can stay alive. Thanks, Katava. You're the best. I don't know what I would do without any leech in this phase.
Stand still.
I'm fucking dead.
A cascade of pain. Stand still.
Death made real.
A cascade of pain.
Crimes will be punished. Time contorts. Scurry. Scurry.
17 shock. Not bad. 16. 11.
My irritation is growing. Stand still. A cascade of
Let's get it.
pain. My collection
Oh,
will be an
I
escape.
shouldn't be using my bone armor. I might beat this one. I wasted 2 portals at the beginning without having my amethyst flask on. Wow, DD. What a boss.
Scurry, scurry.
I actually couldn't kill her fast enough. This is... oh god.
Stand
At least I can
still.
sort of tank it now.
Death made real.
Do what I say. Mine. Stand still.
I'm dead.
Death made real.
A cascade of pain. My collection. This will not be in it.
She's doing the memory again? Yeah. Yeah, I'm done here. Want some final stuff to go over. Solaris for crit immunity. I messed around with our Akali, but we don't need it. Shikari for the reduced chaos damage and to mess up poisons. You could run abberath for the burning ground, but I had the Watcher's Eye for the burning ground, so I'm good. We don't need that. And then it's really cool to be able to get 84 fire res and the 80 chaos through the divine flesh, the 84 through the purity of fire, and then all this extra aura effect. The aura effect on us, and even the ascendancy has some aura effect. It's really cool, and it gets us to 84, and you have to have the 23 from the +2 from the extra +1 from the boot, and the wand giving the +2 for the purity of fire. And overall, how would you make this build work? How do you make this build not fall over? And yeah, so it would probably be not doing the strength stacking, which is for the leech, which is yeah, and then you would Doryani's and you go negative lightning with the lake, and then you would just have to keep them alive, and then you could invest everything into full damage, and then you don't have to go zombies either, and you just be a recharge build. You could also just drop Mahuxotl and just go Doryani's for pure damage to be able to kill the Ubers. But then you have the lightning degen issue, which really they don't have that anyways. So Doryani's could just work in most of the bosses, except for maybe Cyrus. The lightning circles would mess you up, and we get to mitigate it through the Mahuxotl and the thing. So Cyrus might not be an option. But honestly, just a regular version of the build without Doryani's and Mahuxotl and strength stacking just seems a lot better, especially no spell suppression, no recovery except for leech. Pretty much it seems to be, though, that at those Uber bosses, if I just had double the damage, triple the damage, then it would have been fine, because they would have just been dead before you even meet their invulnerability phases, and where you just lose a portal, etc. Just kill them faster. Something else really important is all the minion survivability is through this minion ring with the 104 minion Ellie res, so it takes my zombie to 144 Ellie res. They only needed to get to 83 for the max Ellie res, but then you overcap them, so like 100 10 or something. So where it has 104, you could have like 74 and you'd be fine, but it's a lot of elemental res. It's really good. And then I have the 6 Dread Marches for the 60 phase damage reduction, the 60 chaos, and that was the minion survivability. And the 6% regen through the renewals. No leech, which is kind of unfortunate because we don't have the vitality alt quality and we don't have a mastery for leech in the build. So the minion survivability is slightly worse. And now for my final thing, I wanted to show the different POB. So there's like, I showed this one, but then there's this where I changed it. We got 41 suppression, and the damage went up by 50%. And so the main differences were, I got the Ami, so the +2, the strength, the life, minus lightning, and the reduced ES. You can ignore, I deleted the endurance charges, just assume open an extra suffix, so you could have had like positive chaos res or something, positive attributes. The boot, this is the boot I was talking about. So you can actually get strength, increased strength, elevated hunter boot for 12% increased strength. You could technically get chaos res. I was trying to do it. I'll show you what I did. I believe I had T3 or T4 chaos. So increased strength, elevated essence strength, and then I had chaos res 20. I wanted obviously 35, but yeah. Okay, let me show you the example of 35. That was a open suffix, and I reforged more with chaos from harvest with suffixes cannot be changed. And then yeah, for the prefixes, you would try to like slam, or sorry, suffixes cannot be changed, reforge life to get the life, and then you do a suffixes cannot be changed ashling 50/50, ashling 4 in the June, and then you can go for you try to hit the cannot be chilled move speed, and then you craft cannot be frozen, and that saves you an extra mod in your flask. So you didn't need the freeze flask, you don't need the arctic armor, and then you can run, because we have the extra chaos, you can run, we also ran some of these medium passives with the extra chaos, so then we don't have to run the amethyst flask. You can run a quartz flask for the extra spell suppression, and we have perma phasing, and then that extra spell suppression is really cool, and you can take the stuff on the tree for this spell suppression, gets you to 41, so that was pretty solid. And it's through the Ami, the extra strength, the Ami, the boot for the extra chaos, the boot for the extra strength, allowed us to do the repathing of the tree where we don't take as much strength, and then we could spend it on just stuff that we were already close to. And it seemed to be tankier, had more damage, and then, yeah, this doesn't include your offering, and this doesn't include a mark, so it could do more damage, especially for single target, but, the didn't have trigger wand because of the setup that I was doing, and didn't use a mark, yeah, because of gem sockets and space to fit all this, and also, yeah, I was trying to make it tank. Overall though, I would say that it's possible to make the build be victorious in those spots, but then, like I say, the weaknesses, the downgrade, like the things that are wrong with this, that when things go bad, they go really bad. Yeah, when there's nothing to hit, you don't have leech, you don't have any recovery, you just have life recharge, which if you get hit, then you don't, yeah, it's not good. If you take any damage, you don't recharge. Either way, if you made it to this part in the video, and you like zombies, you like the bear, and the strength stack, and all this effort I put in, and I, you know, the fact that I try my best, and hey, hit that like button, and if you guys have any suggestions for how to improve this build, hey, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, and you left a like, and you did in fact enjoy it, you should hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified of the next video. Thank you guys for watching, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!